Good morning, Facebook family and YouTube subscribers. Today is Thursday, July 10th. It's a beautiful day here in Atlanta. It's kind of cloudy, it's supposed to rain. I washed my car last night, so it's nice and clean. And so every time I wash my car, it typically does pour down rain. So I would not be surprised if it starts raining today. It's kind of cloudy outside now. But anyway, over the past few weeks, I have been watching all these videos by Dr. Emer Johnson, reading, posting, watching videos by Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm reading all this stuff by various civil activists, and they all seem to have this constant theme that white America is out to, white America is keeping black Americans from having success. That white folks are holding us back from our dreams and aspirations. That white America is causing all this harm to our community. So I had to sit back and really think hard and look in the mirror and say, have white Americans, I had to ask myself this question, have white Americans kept me from living a successful, productive life as a black American? And I had to think hard. Because I had to look, I'm 44 years of age, so I had to look back over my entire life and just really, I pondered this question literally for weeks, because I'm reading all this, I'm seeing all these videos, I'm reading all these posts, and I'm like, did I miss something? Because I don't, and I'm going to speak for myself, for Walter Lee Hampton II, I can honestly say white Americans have not kept me from living the life I wanted to live. Racism has not kept me from any of the things that I wanted to do. Now, I've had some issues in my life. I've had some problems. I'm a convicted felon. I've been arrested. I've been in prison. But I don't blame any of that took place on white folks or white Americans. White folks didn't put no checkbooks in my hand and say, Walter, go forge checks. I did that on my own. White folks didn't tell me to go out there and run all up and down the highways and byways stealing shit. I did that myself. Stuff that I really didn't have to do at 18, 19 years of age when I had a mother who would have taken care of me, who was trying her best to get me into college. I made those decisions to go out there and rip and run those streets and violate and break the laws and got in trouble and arrested. White folks didn't do that to me. Walter did that to himself. I can't sit here at 44 years of age and blame white folks for any issues or problems or even success that I've had in my life. Even after I got out of prison, I went on later on to start a construction company and build and renovate houses. Do you all realize that, and I was just discussing this with Earl, 90% of the houses that we renovated and sold, 90%, white people purchased. And guess what? They're still living in those houses today. We renovated houses in the late 90s. I drive over those houses all the time and say, are they still there? They're still there. Living in the homes that we renovated. These 90% of the homes, racism. We in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, I'm not by any means saying that there are not racist white folks in this country. Of course, there are racist white people in this country. I've met them. I've seen them. I've bumped into them. I've talked to them. I've had neighbors who didn't like me because I was black. But I also had neighbors who loved us because we were black and we were in their neighborhoods and they were excited to see us. Not all of them, but a few. Just a small smidget. The ones that were brave enough to walk up and talk to us. But I don't see the problems. I don't see racism having kept me from living the life I wanted to live. Maybe I have these rose-colored glasses on and I'm not seeing the racism all around me, stopping me from doing that. I've had run-ins with the law. I mean, y'all, I done did some shit. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm some angel. I'm not an angel. I've had some issues. I've had some very serious issues with the law. And I can be honest with you, the whites that I did encounter while I was going through those issues were very helpful for me and wanted the best for me and did things for me that today, if I, They did some things for me. They went above and beyond what needed to be done to help me resolve those issues. If they didn't like black folks, I don't think that they would have done the things they did for me. Again, I'm speaking for Walter and the experiences that I have had. I cannot sit here. I'm reading all this stuff. I'm watching these videos. I'm watching these posts. They're blaming white folks. And I'm thinking, what? White folks don't have nothing to do with these single mothers in our neighborhoods having children and them not being able to maintain and take care of these kids and educate their children. White folks have nothing to do with my family's success or not success. These are all decisions that are individual, that we make on our own free will. I look at my brothers and sisters, my sisters in particular, who had these kids by men who were no good. Whose fault was that? White folks did this to them? No. My family and I went above and beyond to help my sisters, to attempt to help them. I gave my sisters cars that were paid for, put them in homes, apartments, brought them furniture. Did any of this stuff help them? I can't sit here as a 44-year-old man, and I've literally thought about this for weeks. Because I was thinking, well, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there's racism and it's done some effect. But I had to sit down and I literally got out my little notebook and started writing stuff. Just at this book. Last year, I got injured. It was all over the news. Y'all heard about Tyler Perry supposedly had me attacked, which was a lie straight out of hell, spread by black folks on top of that. A lie straight out of hell that I was attacked by Tyler Perry. I was severely injured in an incident that sent me to the emergency room. The paramedics were white. The nurses were white, the doctors were white, and those people were professional and went above and beyond the call of duty as far as I'm concerned. They were kind to me, they were respectful of me, I didn't have any, those people showed me love and compassion, and they were white folks. They did their jobs, they were professional. They didn't look at me like I was some nigger land here. We don't give a damn about him. They came and checked on me frequently. I was having problems. I have a fear of hospitals. So I was stuck in this hospital, and they checked on me literally every 15, 20 minutes. They kept coming in there making sure that I was calm and my heart rate was calm and I was able to breathe. I was having difficulty breathing because of this fear. That's a whole nother video, though. But if they didn't care about me, or if they were racist white people, they wouldn't have been in that room with me. Those people showed me genuine love and concern. Every trip I made to Grady Hospital, I dealt with the same people from beginning to end. And they had nothing but respect and love for me. We laughed, we joked, we had fun. They made me feel comfortable. These are all white folks. I've had some serious run-ins, real run-ins with law enforcement. Ooh, Lord. We're going to talk about that later. But, again, the people who came to my aid were white people. And they saw me through the whole process from beginning to end. I don't know where all this hatred towards the races, black, white, I don't know where this comes from. We keep looking back over our shoulders at the past. You can't move forward if we continue to look back at what took place yesterday. And I can honestly say over the last 44 years of my life, racism hasn't affected my life. Like I said, I've had my issues, but I can't blame white people for the problems I may have had in my life. I can't. I just can't. So I'm looking at these videos, I'm looking at these books, I'm looking at all this stuff about white folks out to destroy us. And I just wonder, is this, I'll be very honest with you, I think these books are written, I think these videos are made, these movies, all this stuff is to get into people's mind, to make money off these people. This is fear mongering. And they're selling a product. That's a lie. They're selling hatred. Black folks are selling hatred to one another, saying that these white folks are keeping them down. The problems we face as black Americans are problems that we can fix on our own. But we got to take our time and get serious about fixing these issues in black America. We can't keep blaming white folks for the problems that we are making ourselves. That's just how I feel. And I know some of y'all probably, oh, Walter's an Uncle Tom. Well, whatever. I cannot sit here and say, as a 44-year-old man about to turn 45 years of age, that my family, me and Earl, my dogs Ray in Vegas, have had any problems with white folks keeping us from living our lives. I don't see it. And I've pondered this, like I said, for weeks now. You can do whatever you want to do. You can live whatever dream you want to live. If you want to go, if anything President Barack Obama should taught us all is a black man can become the president of the United States. You can dream whatever dream you want to live. Nobody's keeping you from doing anything but yourself. That's how I see it. The success, if you want success out of your life, you can achieve it. If you want failure, well, you can achieve that too. It's up to you. You can do whatever you want to. Whatever you want to as a black American. I don't see... And I it's funny because I've had this conversation with my mother, with Earl, every black person I come across, they're all like, some people... I had to go out and get people's opinions. Just because I'm like, am I missing something? What am I not seeing that these Dr. Umar Johnson or Dr. Boyce Watkins and all these other people see all this negativity from white people? I don't see the hate, the racism. Yes, I know racism exists. I know it does. But it hasn't stopped me from living the life I wanted to live. That's just how I feel. Anyway, I'm done with this subject. But I don't think the subject is going to go no place, no time soon in my lifetime. I think the subject is going to continue to rip around all up and down the internet, bookstores, everywhere else, because we look for somebody to blame for our problems. Black people have a difficult time taking a look in the mirror and saying, you are the problem yourself. We don't want to do that for some reason. That's just my opinion. Well, anyway, if you like my videos, please click like, and I would love to hear your feedback if you think that I'm wrong, if I'm right. Has racism really affected us in such a negative way? Is it keeping African Americans? Is racism by white people keeping black folks from living normal lives? I know we got a prison system full of black folks. Whose fault is that? Are we making the wrong decisions? I don't know. I know when I went to prison, I made decisions that were clearly wrong. I knew it. I was warned, but I did it anyway. And I don't blame white people for that. I blame Walter. Anyway, I'm out of here. You guys have a great Thursday. And I look forward to reading your comments and messages.